Right now, Fritzy, we have Donnie Jones, head basketball coach for the UCF Knights, whose team, quite frankly, is struggling right now. And Coach Jones is trying to figure out a way to stop the slump from continuing. Coach Jones, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, Mike. I need to be on that top secret assignment with you. Try to figure out what's wrong. That's what I need to do. It's good to be with you guys. Thanks for having me.
Coach Jones, I think the question on everybody's mind is, what can you do to stop this, and why is this happening after such a phenomenal start? Have you ever been a part of a team that started off so well and then couldn't find itself?
No, not to this point. I have not, Mike. I know we were there with Florida. We started off 17-0, and then, we had lost 3 in a row, but we didn't lose 6. And I think the thing for us right now, as a staff, you're searching, obviously a new team, and you're trying to figure out personalities. And we know how we handled success. Now we haven't found out how we've handled diversity, which hasn't been very well right now. And, we're still searching here. We played hard enough and well enough to win the other night, but just didn't make the plays you got to make. And there's been different situations in each game. But, right now, we're banged up with some injuries. We just got to continue to search for people to fill in those spots and play. And that's what we're doing right now, just continue to work hard and just try to focus on the next game.
Coach Jones, is there, and obviously you're a great coach. You've been around the block a time or two. Is there any chance, though, that your players, when they got off to such a great start, got complacent, got big-headed, got to thinking that, hey, we're better than we are?
Absolutely. I'd be lying to you if I sat here and said that's the truth, without question. We're in a different area that we've never been in our program. We had that early success. No matter how hard you're trying to work them or how much you're preaching to stay humble, stay focused, they're still kids who haven't been there before. And what they got to realize is when you play teams in your conference or wherever it may be, all of a sudden, people are celebrating, jumping up and down like, they beat Kentucky or North Carolina when they beat you. And our kids got to be able to take that next step, and we haven't. We have not taken that next step no matter how hard we work. We've worked probably even harder than what we did early on to try to stay at that level. And you can't tuck your head, and some of our guys have tucked their head when things have gotten tough, and that's something we got to build on. We're building a program, and when that happens right now, it's learning to handle success, and that's something we're trying to grow with.
Coach, I made a joke in my column over the weekend that you got it backwards. You started off really, really well. You needed to take a lesson from Coach O'Leary, whose first season he started off really poorly and then was able to build up from there. Is there anything to that, to the fact that, hey, you want to get your team's attention early? If they're struggling early, it's easier to get their attention?
Yeah, well, you know what? We were fortunate. We were playing at a pretty high level with a lot of confidence early on, Mike. And I think, you try to win every game regardless. And they went our way. Even if we didn't play so well, teams missed shots. Took us a little lightly at first. But now teams are playing at a really high level. And, our guys right now have kind of hit that emotional wall where they were on top of the mountain. And now they're trying to fight for their respect again. But sometimes every time you take a step forward, you sometimes take 2 back. But in building programs, we jumped up there early, and now we're having to fight a different fight. And I think that however you win them, when you win them, I think it's all just about trying to establish who you can count on, who's going to help you get back to where you were, and where we're going to get to later on in this program.
Coach, I know you're not allowed to talk about recruits or commitments, but this recent slump doesn't seem to have had much of an effect on recruiting from reading some of the things that are going on recruiting. Just talk about how recruiting in general is going.
Well, it's been going good, Mike, and I think that's the important thing is, we work hard every day, and, we come here to build a program. We've been here, going on about 9 months total. So since we've got here, we've sold our program, not where we're at, not even where we got to in the top 25. It's where we can get to. And we still need, better talent and build on our program with what we need to do. And I think that that's a credit to our staff. And, the early success helped us identify who we were, and it gave people a chance to see us. And also some people to see, there are some needs that we need to continue if we want to be, one of those better programs in our league. We got to continue to have talent and recruit a couple classes in here that we can play the way we want to play night in and night out.
Coach, you're getting 7, 8, 9,000 fans per game at UCF's arena. Can you just talk about the crowd a little bit? What has that meant to you in your first year?
Well, it's been incredible, Mike, and I can't thank the fans and the students. Even Saturday night, we've lost 6 in a row, and they're out there. You'd think we'd won 6 in a row. That's a credit to our fans and the respect and support they've given our program. And I wish we could have given them a couple victories to keep them hungry, and hopefully they'll continue to come out and stay with us here. But that just goes to show you where we can get to when we start playing the way we need to play here night in and night out with the support we've had. It's just been amazing.
Coach, I was reading Ileana Lamone's report in the Orlando Sentinel where she said you're considering shortening your rotation. What does that do?
Well,
what's the reasoning behind that?
Well, it's just getting the right guys to compete. Like, I think what's happened is obviously we lost A.J. Romsa here. How long? He's been hurt really for 2 weeks. We've tried to play him through it. He's at the beginning of a stress fracture on his foot, so it's really affected him. So we've just set him out here. Could be 2 weeks, could be 4 weeks. And then we got David Dykite, who's had some stuff that's loose in his knee where he's needed an operation, and now he's going to get operated on today. So those 2 guys have been starters for us. That's kind of messed our rotation a little bit up, and now we've had to put guys in different spots and play more minutes. And we just got to make sure we're playing guys from a chemistry standpoint now that, our rotation is going to probably go to 7 or 8 here right now, where guys are going to get more minutes that we feel can help us score and be more effective. And right now we're searching for that as you find out when things get a little tough, who's tougher for you. And that's what we're searching for right now with our basketball team.
Coach, what did it mean to the team? It looks like you may have another offensive contributor. Tom Herzog, the big man, scored a career-high 20 points the other night. Is he going to start being more involved in the offense?
Absolutely. We've been trying to work and make sure we get him more touches. Tom was always in foul trouble. We could never get him established in that position, to take the pressure off, Keith a little bit underneath, and obviously Marcus. We're missing that third scorer. We've had nights where we've had a couple guys be able to score, but no one really to make shots other than him. They're limited Sosa's touches, so we got to be able to have that third scorer. And we got P.J. Gainer. We moved into the small forward spot to give us some more rebounding and somebody else can score. So, but yes, Tom, I'm really proud of the way he played, and we got to build on that. Got 9 games left here, Mike. I think a lot of things can happen still in college basketball, and obviously we still got the tournament to play.
Coach, you look around college basketball. People are talking about your slump, but on a bigger stage, even Syracuse started off unbelievably, and now they've lost 4 straight games. So it happens in every conference, does it not?
It really does. Your conference play is always tough, and there's a lot of parity, especially in our conference, the most by far it's ever been. Lots of parity, and I tell you what, just a letdown here or there or play here and there can really, really change the mindset of your kids. And Syracuse, as talented as they are, they'd won 18 in a row. As you can see, it can change quickly. So we just got to get some leadership here, and just like Syracuse, internally get some guys to help grab your guys and get them back on track.
He is Donnie Jones, head basketball coach of the UCF Knights. Coach, I wish I could say it's going to get easier for you, but you got an incredibly tough week coming up at UTEP and then at East Carolina. Yeah,
we really do, Mike. And I tell you what, sometimes it's you got to get that signature win in your conference on the road sometimes. And, it's a great opportunity for us to get on the road for a couple games. And then also we come back and play Memphis. So there's no letting up right now. And just got to keep your head down and go to work every day and keep working. And, I'm enthusiastic about it and excited to get back in there today, get ready to work some guys out individually here and just keep working on them and getting them better.
He is Donnie Jones, head coach of the UCF Knights. Coach Jones, thanks for joining us today.
Mike, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me.